Anora is the latest film from writer and director Sean Baker, the mind behind The Florida Project and Red Rocket. It won the Palme d'Or at the Cannes Film Festival. Yeah, I'm pairing the Marvel show with the Palme d'Or winner. I decided to pick that one because I knew it would get more clicks. But Anora has sex appeal, so I could still exploit that for clicks too, by just putting the words sex or stripper in the title. Hey Marvel fans, see Anora, it has boobs in it. But anyway, I haven't seen a lot of Baker's films. I've only seen The Florida Project and Tangerine. I've never seen Red Rocket. But, maybe unsurprisingly, Anora is better than those other two I've seen. Sean Baker's made a career out of making movies about, for lack of a better word, white trash. He has non-white characters, but I'm gonna stick by that term. White trash is a state of mind. We are all white trash on this blessed day. But he continues that tradition here with a movie about a New York stripper who marries the son of a Russian oligarch after a week-long relationship. And the R-rated trashiness permeates every second of this movie. For the first half hour or so, it's a graphic movie about lap dances and sex, and then the rest of it is people in seedy locations yelling obscenities at each other. But like Baker's other work, it finds the humanity in all these trashy characters. By the end, you actually care about these people who are young, dumb, and in love. And all the while, it's entertaining. When the oligarch finds out about his son's marriage, it turns into a sort of adventure through the streets of New York. It's comedy drama, and while it's rarely laugh-out-loud funny, at least in the theater I saw it in, it's always interesting. At its heart, it's a trashy love story. But it's an interesting one that gets a little emotional near the end. That last scene is a pretty effective gut punch. It's a pretty fun story that's trashy but still has heart.
Walt Disney Pictures presents Bette Midler.
Hello.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Would thou dance with me?
And Kathy Najimy. Hocus Pocus.
Into the night!
They love to fly. And it shows.
Good night. Sleep tight. No screaming.
And now, our feature presentation.
Agatha All Along was created by Jack Schaefer, writer for Olaf's Frozen Adventure, Black Widow, and most importantly, creator of WandaVision. This is a spin-off of the WandaVision character Agatha. She's been freed from the curse Wanda put her under at the end, and so now she must go on a journey of her own to regain her powers. Now, I've said before that WandaVision is my favorite of these Marvel shows. I wasn't sure if I'd call Agatha a particularly memorable part that needed a spin-off, but it worked out, so yeah, she apparently was. Catherine Hahn looks pretty good as an anti-hero, but the path they took with her is what really sets this show apart. When it premiered, I said it was off to an intriguing start, although I kind of said it in a way that implied that it hadn't all come together yet. The first episode felt a lot like WandaVision, but with a crime drama in a good way, but the second episode was where they needed to introduce all the characters and it wasn't as interesting. Well, sure enough, as it went on, it found its footing and turned into a solid show. This is not an action series. Much like WandaVision was some sort of unique sitcom tribute with unsettling moments and implications, this leans more into the fact that she's a witch and turns it into, if not a horror series, then a spooky show where witches do witchy things, like a PG-13 Hocus Pocus show. There are quite a few horror scenes, mostly in a campy way, but sometimes in ways that are actually somewhat unsettling in a mainstream horror type of way. And unlike WandaVision, which eventually concluded with a big CGI fight, this show stays that way throughout. I mean, the last two episodes went up the day before Halloween. People will be looking for something spooky to watch. It would especially suck if this suddenly turned into the last episode of Secret Invasion. And unlike a lot of other Marvel shows, this feels like an actual TV show and not just a really long movie. Each episode is a different adventure which all serve both by themselves and as part of the overarching story. This is not as good as WandaVision. I'm not even sure whether or not it's as good as Werewolf by Night, which did similar horror-adjacent things with its characters. But it's a good show that actually stands out from the rest of Marvel's Disney Plus offerings. And it ends on a cliffhanger which could lead to this being the rare one that continues beyond one season. It's been successful enough to justify that, and honestly, there are a lot worse Marvel shows to continue.